5422 amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Health and Knowledge, the first nutritional show that brings science, health, and good taste to radio TV. This show introduces the world leader in supplements based entirely on seed nutrition. Soul, the most effective healthy drink, uses the most powerful seeds which have been selected, then naturally enhanced in a unique cold press process. Soul combines the incredible benefits and energy-providing nutrients found within the black cumin seed, black raspberry seed, Chardonnay grape seed, D-ribose, and trans-resveratrol into one fantastically delicious 2-ounce pack. With Soul, you'll have more energy, neutralize free radicals, immunity support, better sleep, more effective weight loss, and much more. Tune into today's show and learn of the new health chapter that Soul can bring to your life. Now, let's get healthy with today's hosts.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for welcoming me back this week again. It's Tanika, aka Tanika Styles, and I am here again with my co-host Asia this week. So I'm really, really happy to have her joining me.
Very happy to be back.
This should be a fun discussion. We were really getting into it last week or the week before, and then I think we ended up getting cut off. So we'll be finishing up our stories today. So we are talking soul wellness. We are talking seed nutrition. Soul Wellness is a seed supplement, and it falls into the category of seed nutrition. And guess what? There isn't a category out there that just focuses on seed nutrition. So how exciting is that there's finally a company that just focuses on seed nutrition. So if you know anyone that's in pain, anyone that is suffering, there are 27 reasons why you should take Soul. And I don't even think I've really mentioned it to you guys, but I just kind of want to quickly go down the list so that you have an idea of the miracle of these seeds and what they really can do for your body. So it's definitely going to give you extra energy, performance, and stamina. I'm just saying, older men out there, stamina, not such a bad thing. It's going to improve your immune system. It's going to prevent cardiovascular disease. It's going to improve brain system, weight loss. It's going to regulate organs and glands. It's going to improve recovery and healing. And we actually heard a bit about that last week with Kirk. Remember you guys, Kirk with the brain aneurysm? Ugh. It was so juicy, that conversation, wasn't it? I talked to a few people after that, and I'm telling you, they were sitting on the edge of their chairs. We had people getting goosebumps. It was super intense. So if you have a chance, viewers and listeners, if you can see the show from last week with Kurt, we were talking about the brain aneurysm that he had and how he was actually able to live and still talk about it. So that was really, really exciting. So a part of that, which brings me back to improving the recovery and the healing, is that the doctors were saying that his cells were recovering at rapid speed. Also as well, it's going to help make your bones strong. It's going to prevent infection because, again, like I mentioned, these seeds, they work with your white blood cells. So they kind of get in there and fight like soldiers on behalf of your white blood cells. Starts to oxidize the fat. It makes it easier for you to pass. A lot of diseases and the inflammation starts to die down. So it also improves athletic performance. I have athlete friends that take it that say they have tons of energy, and it makes them more focused. So whatever they're doing, whether it's bowling a ball, whether it's hitting a ball, whether it's bouncing a ball, it makes them more focused and more direct on what it is that they're doing. So it will reduce and prevent inflammation. So that is where the black cumin seed thing comes in, because a lot of people are saying the inflammation is dying down rapidly. So black cumin seed is well known for inflammation. It's going to help regulate your blood pressure. We have an ingredient that is tied in with the seeds called D-ribose. If you have a chance, Google it, read a little bit about what it's about. It's a natural form of sugar that they put in these pouches to balance out the sugar and whatnot. So it actually helps with your blood pressure, your cholesterol, things like that. Improving vision. Kirk again last week, guys. I'm just saying improving vision is in one of the 27 benefits. I didn't make this stuff up. This is proven testimonies that they're having. So again, it's improving vision, anti-aging properties, help manage and prevent diabetes. That's where that D-ribose comes in. For so all you diabetics out there that are listening and that are watching, please look into D-ribose and how important it is for your body. It helps fight your autoimmune disorders, calms upset stomachs. So a lot of women, we spoke with Asia 2 weeks ago about endometriosis, stomach pains and issues. I know I have patients, clients of mine that are using it for cramps and things like that. Supports healthy child development, the ease of PMS, and prevent hair loss, hearing hair loss, right? Prevents hearing loss. Okay, so basically there are tons of testimonies. And if you go and you Google soul wellness around the world, people are literally just coming out of the woodworks and coming out with these testimonies and saying, hey, this is what soul is doing for me. And this is why it's working or why my doctor thinks it's working. So again, if you don't know what soul wellness is a combination of seeds. So it's a combination, not just one type of seed. It's a combination of seeds that are giving us these results. It's black cumin seeds, it's black raspberry seeds, it's grape chardonnay seeds, and it's a bit of D-ribose as well. So a combination of these seeds is what's giving us these results with soul wellness. So with talking with Asia, we were actually on the way here talking about Western medicine, and she was saying that sometimes you go to these doctors, and doctors, believe you me, I absolutely love you, but in some cases, more or less rare than others, we're being misdiagnosed. So I know I have a couple of friends that have been to doctors who have been misdiagnosed with things, and then turns up that they weren't had what the doctor said that they were supposed to have. So what is it that your husband suffers for? Because I know he has a heart condition.
Well, up until about a week ago, he was diagnosed with pericarditis.
Pericarditis.
Yes.
Okay, that's what it is.
And that's the inflammation of his pericardium sac around the heart. And he had to go in for some testing for CAT, and he hasn't got the results for that. We will be actually going in tomorrow, but he went to a homeopathic doctor out in Sunny Isles, and this doctor was telling him that is because there's issues going on with the heart. That's the first thing that comes up, especially when you have an EKG and it's reading at the high and low levels.
Right.
That's what it reads. But this doctor has informed him that that's not the case at all. And up until now, any type of pills, medication, like pain relief doesn't help him.
Wow.
And I'm not quite sure what the medication, the name of it is, but he's prescribed him something, which is a natural herb or something.
Right.
And he's been able to function and work without pain. He's able to lay down and actually go to sleep when he lays down, because he just lays there. He doesn't really sleep. He just rests.
Wow. And, and Asia's husband, he is a truck driver. You guys run a truck business. So you can just imagine, you're young, and you have to do all this lifting.
And that makes it worse because it's strenuous work that he does every day, because not only does he drive a truck, we have an export business. And so he loads his own trailers. He dismantles the parts, if you will. Right. And does all the work himself.
Oh, wow. So he's a one-man show.
One-man
pony?
I won't say a one-man. I mean, no, but he keeps it in-house.
Right. And I'm sure that's a lot to take on, especially as like a family and a household as well, because now you have Kira with the lupus, and then you have him with the pancreatitis.
Pericarditis. I'm not even going to speak that anymore, because like I was telling you before, these misdiagnoses are tricking the brain and leading people to think that they are dealing with these things, and the mind is a powerful thing.
We got so deep, y'all. We got as deep as saying that what we're saying is that if someone tells you that you're sick and you're really not sick, and they've already planted the seed in your head that you're sick, then chances are naturally you're going to start to tell yourself that you're sick. You're going to start, I guess, imagining that you're feeling things that you're not really feeling things. That's just to tell you how strong the brain is.
You start speaking these things, you start thinking these things, and you can speak things into existence.
Right. You hear that, people? Speaking things into existence. So that being said, I remember asking you, I was like, well, why don't you give him some soul and see how that works for him? And she was like, you know what? he actually really likes it. He says it helps with the palpitations of the heart. It helps to kind of, I guess, like what, calm him down, like the pain, the aching and the pain.
Pain.
Yeah. So once again, inflammation, people. It's a number one, almost the number one thing that we are getting in terms of feedback with Soul Wellness is the inflammation factor. And a lot of these diseases and illnesses that we have these days are caused by inflammation. So it's really important that we understand. We're also saying, too, having the knowledge of knowing how to detox your body, knowing what to take in order to detoxify it. So that's why we're here, is to spread the knowledge, especially to our 20-somethings and 30-somethings out there, that by putting a good oil into your body, naturally it's going to remove the bad oil. And this is just how the body works. It's a fact. It exchanges oil. So we're so used to putting all these bad things into our body. And the thing is, back in the day, they didn't go to Walgreens. You remember we were saying they didn't go to CVS and Walgreens to pick up, prescriptions, to take back to the cave. That's not how it went. There were always some sort of naturopathic remedy or some sort of natural way where the bodies were able to fight these diseases and these illnesses a whole lot more. So we're going to talk a little bit more. We're going to get back talking with Kirk as well, because I want to share with you guys a little bit of how he's doing. So stay tuned with us. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. Hi, I'm Tanika Matthews, and as a distributor of Rain International, I would just like to share with you some of the amazing benefits that we've been getting from Soul Wellness. Check out what people are saying about Soul Wellness.
I have endometriosis, which is pain in the lower stomach with, the female organs and things like that. And I get swelling and lots of pain. And I've actually used it when I experience that pain, and it's gone like that. Yes, instantly. I have a daughter who has lupus, and that is what sold me on it, the inflammation factor.
Well, for me, it makes me feel better and lets the pain go away, and I know it will really help you feel better. And it doesn't taste bad as much as other medicine. It actually tastes pretty good if you like fruits and berries.
Now, Soul is not just the next juice, puree, or exotic berry from a remote location. Soul starts with the foundation of the seed. And it's not just any seed. It's black cumin seeds, grape chardonnay seeds, black raspberry seeds, D-ribose, and trans-resveratrol.
And in all honesty, I noticed that my body reacted to it really well. After taking vitamins for years, you don't get this result so quickly. Since then, I've been taking it constantly. I love the blends of the seeds. I just love how it tastes.
Now, these ingredients are derived from a cold press process that accesses the nutrient-rich oils and flowers from these botanical seeds without altering their chemical composition. The result? Powerful antioxidant and essential fatty acid that helps the body maintain balance and avoids today's most pressing ailments.
You are listening to Health and Knowledge as our hosts bring you a new way to get healthy. If you wish to call in and ask questions about our product, call 888-565-1470 and we will help you get on the road to good health. Now, back to more health and knowledge.
And we are back, folks. I'm sorry, I was in a moment with that music. It just had me feeling so zenful, and I was just thinking about rain and soul and seeds and nature. So we're back. It's Tanika Styles with my co-host Asia, and we are talking soul wellness. We are talking the power of black cumin seeds, the power of grape chardonnay seeds, the power of black raspberry seeds, the power of D-ribose. So we are talking about the combination of these seeds and how amazing it is for your body. We spoke with a friend of mine last week, Kirk, with the brain aneurysm, and he was just talking about the migraines literally disappearing within minutes. And I mean, this is not a drug or a cure, and I want to make that extremely clear. What Soul, I find, is doing is it's just showing you how history repeats itself and how you can take something that we use in ancient history and bring it back to modern day. And it's not rocket science. It's actually the simplest of things. It's the seed. It starts in the ground, and before the seed even grows into a bush, a flower, a tree, or whatever it is, all the nutrients are in that seed. So I also wanted to point out as well is that in my commercial, I state that it's a cold press process. And for those of you guys who don't understand what cold press is, no heat, i.e. the word cold. No heat is used. And what they do is they cold press the seed. So they crush it, they extract all the oils, any juices in there, and then they crush up the husk of the seed and everything is in the pouch. So yeah, it's a little gritty. It's very sweet, not super sweet where it gives you a headache, but sweet enough for you to digest it. I also know people that use it on their skin for psoriasis, for eczema, for folliculitis, any dry patches or any healing that you want to try to speed up. We have people using it on their skin for joint pain. So it's a really, really amazing product. If any of my viewers or listeners are interested, please hit me up. Hello. It's been weeks. I'm waiting to hear from you guys. 347-330-6346. Or you can email me at TanikaMatthews@hotmail.com. Check out my Instagram, Tanika Styles or Rain International _soul. Get at me so I can get at you so I can get you some soul. You see how that works? Okay. So we were talking with Asia. We were talking with her husband about her husband and the fact that he had this heart issues, and we're talking about soul and how it's been helping with the muscles, and he's not as in much pain, the truck business, and how strenuous it is for these young / getting older men. But Asia was just telling me on the break, but that is no longer a young man's disease.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
We're starting to see things happen to our generation, our younger gen, 20s, 30s. I'm seeing people passing from heart attacks, from
it's getting ridiculous.
Cancer, from lupus, from just
it's
everything.
Getting ridiculous.
And not even just the stamina issue, how you were saying for the older men. I'm seeing well, not myself personally, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing more cases of younger men with ED and erectile dysfunction, low stamina,
popping all these pills, drinking all these juices.
Because of the medications that they're using to treat these other illnesses.
And the foods. Yes, we love a fried chicken. And yes, I will take down a good hamburger every now and then. Do not get me wrong, because we are regular people. So the reason why we are here is because we are regular people who happen to come across a product that is literally changing our lives. It's changing our loved ones' lives. The people that we see in pain, that are crying and that are balled up and that can't come out the house, are now coming out the house, are not actually answering the phone because they're no longer in pain because they decide to try soul wellness. So again, that being said, it's not going to cure everything, but it's going to put you on the right track to getting there. Right? We are not doctors, so we're not saying stop taking your medication. But what we're saying is, what if you implement seeds into your diet? And let's see what happens then. Then go back to your doctor. Let's see what the doctor has to say then. Right? So that's all we're pretty much saying, is that tying it in, and that our generation, it's like we're getting younger and younger. Today we were talking with a young lady who had lupus, and she was saying she was at an event. You remember, she was saying she was at an event and she had just found out she had lupus. She did not know the severity of lupus and what it was and what it was about and how it could affect her life and her loved ones and things like that. So she said, just by being around the other stories, the severity of what these people were going through with lupus literally shook her to the core, and she broke down in that spot. So it's like sometimes it really takes being around people with illnesses to have an eye opened to realize that, hey, this could be me too.
Or people that have been affected by people that are dealing with these things.
Yes. Family. Mm-hmm. Family and friends and loved ones. Definitely. For sure. So it was really, we were just kind of taken back, like, wow, like you would never know you're sick. Like, you're so bubbly and you're so young and you're so this. And then meanwhile, back on the ranch, here she is suffering with this disease at home that nobody really knows about. You know, so I think it's time, we were saying, like, we should have like meetings and stuff. We're like, let's start doing meetings and like conference calls, and we could come together and just share stories. And she said being around people that were happy and that were, you know, in good
finding
spirits,
relief and finding things that are helping them.
That would help.
Absolutely, because I can attest to my daughter. I'm not saying it's just strictly due to one thing, but with adding these things into her regimen with the medications that she's taking, she's been able to go down in her dosage on certain medications, and hopefully
repeat that, Asia, and repeat it louder so these people can hear what you just said.
I can attest to the fact that she's been taking Sol for over a year now, and the diagnosis was 2 years. But in the beginning, she was taking high doses of steroids, but she takes 7 different medications daily. And she has come off of 2 of them and also been able to reduce her dosage of her prednisone.
How amazing is that? And that's what we're trying to say, is that at some point, your doctors will start to see that your body is fighting to heal itself. So naturally, what they will do is start lowering the dosages on the medication, right?
And not only that, with my husband and his situation, the doctor that he went to see, because he may, Lord forbid, he has to have an open heart surgery is what they're saying, because now what they found out that some of his valves are closed. And the doctor told him, I don't know how you're even functioning and doing the work that you're doing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Because I don't see people that are in your predicament dealing with what you're dealing with able to even function at half the capacity that he functions at.
Wow. And how many souls does Tony take? Like, does he take
Honestly,
lot? Like,
he doesn't even take it daily.
He just
like
takes
he
it when
should,
he's-
like I've recommended.
Right.
But when he's feeling fatigued or doesn't have the energy or he's in pain, he will take it.
How many does he take?
1.
And he drinks it with water?
Yes.
Wow. Just one.
Just
and how
one.
long does it take until the pain is gone?
Maybe about 15 minutes or so.
Wow.
If that, but in the beginning it was instantly. But I think after time, our bodies start to build a resistance to whatever it is that
To everything.
we
It fights you back.
ingest.
The disease is the
Exactly.
devil. The disease is the devil. And it's like the devil is saying, oh, no, not today. Not today. No, I'm taking over. So it will fight anything that's good. You know what I mean? When you have these diseases in your body, the whole point, diseases aren't nice, friendly things. Like, hey, meet my disease. No, diseases
It causes
are...
your body to fight itself.
Yeah, literally. It puts everything at odds with each other and it starts to fight. So I think that's amazing that even naturally just hearing the doctors and him being possibly misdiagnosed and who even knows. All I'm just saying is the power is in the seed, people. The power is in the seed. And because we are not scientists, we're not doctors, we're not going to sit down here and break down the actual chemical breakdown of what the body's doing, but we do know that this is an essential fatty acid oil, and we know how important that is for your body, and we know that it's only coming in 2 ounces, and we know that it tastes good. And I'll be very honest with you, I'm very picky when it comes to eating things. So I just don't want to randomly eat, I like greens. Can't take greens. Don't give me aloe, kale, dandelion, bushback,
See, I can do
whatever
all
it's
of
called.
that. It's no problem for me.
No, thank you, ma'am. I personally prefer things that taste decent, therefore I don't have to regurgitate it. So with this, I can actually digest it. I drink it with half of a bottle of water. I drink one every single morning. Once a month, when my lady friend comes to visit, as ladies we all know, all hell breaks loose. But when I take this at maybe day 2, day 3, for the rest of the time, I don't have any problems. I don't have any cramps. I don't have any aches. So I really want you guys to give this a try, or at least go online, Google it, get information. Hit me up, TanikaMatthews@hotmail.com. You can find me on Instagram at Tanika Styles or Rain International _soul. And if you're tuning in last minute, we are speaking soul wellness and the power of the seed. We're talking with Asia about how soul has affected her life and the value that is brought to her life. And I really hope and pray for your family that they continue to do this seed nutrition thing, and that, everybody comes out in good health and with due time. And with anything to do with the body, it's a balance. It's all a balance. So if you're not doing your part, you cannot expect your body to do it for you. It just doesn't work that way. Do you agree?
I agree.
They work hand in hand, the brain and the body.
Yes.
So hit me up, you guys. TanikaMatthews@hotmail.com. We were talking soul wellness. I mentioned last week, too, I didn't want to get too deep into it, but they had done some research at a university about black cumin seeds and the effects that it has with HIV. Yes, my dear. And they actually used some of the extract from the black seeds, and the patient had a complete recovery with no detectable HIV virus. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So we're talking amazing things with soul wellness. I was super excited to be here today. Always super excited to have my co-host Asia in his house. And we are talking soul wellness, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I see you again. Hit me up 347-330-6346 and we are out.
Thank you for listening and watching Health and Knowledge. And we hope that we have brought you a better way to live. Please tune in again next week as a new host, new way of getting healthy unfolds on Health and Knowledge. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers.